I was wrong yesterday. We just gonna be honest with y'all. I was wrong, kinda, a little bit, but we got a lot of things. And I'm referring to the Lakers versus the Nuggets. I just want to just start the video straight, letting y'all know I was wrong and I accept defeat from yesterday. But we got a couple more takes I'm gonna hit y'all with because a lot of things also happened before there, and I have some opinions that I need to express to y'all and get off my personal chest and just let y'all know how I really feel and what I'm really thinking about this NBA thing, you know. But first, we just gonna get right into it. Pressure, pressure, yeah. Apply pressure, 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 apply pressure, 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 yeah. Apply pressure, 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 apply pressure. Woo! What's up, y'all? Welcome to Too Small to Ball. I'm your host, Taquan Black, and we are back with another one of these best podcasts for the NBA. We talking about playoffs, West, East, whatever, but we in the finals, and it's time to just dig right into it with a lot of other information that's been happening during these playoffs, and it's just crazy. It's just so crazy, and it's sad, but it's crazy at the same time, and it's a lot of questionable things like these firings that just came out of nowhere. Like, everybody getting fired. Like, you get fired, you getting fired, you getting fired. You didn't make it, you getting fired. So it's these, and it's coming from successful coaches. Whatever happened to the time where your goal was get to the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, oh, you in the playoffs, now you get booted, whatever. You're fired. The coach is fired. What about the players? They need to think about that too. You got to take, you can blame the coach and be like, oh, he's not getting the best out of this roster, or he's not making the best out of this roster. He made it the best enough for them to get to the playoffs too. So you got to think about that as well. So I'm just like more shocked about a lot of these firings that took place. And I could just rip them off real quick and just let y'all know what I'm talking about, because number one, I'm not so surprised about Doc Rivers firing. Like, he's been there for like 3 to 4 years or so, and everybody knew, like, you already had Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. You had Harden and Joel Embiid. Oh yeah, he had Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid. So he had all these chances to get the team to the Eastern Conference Finals, period. So I understand his situation. He's a former champion as a coach, and they just thought, maybe, he can give that kind of effort into the 76ers, but I can't put all of that kind of like blame on him just because it was a lot of things that was going on. Ben Simmons' back, Joel Embiid's knee, Joel Embiid's stomach. It was just a lot during the whole season. Like, it was just things that was just a coach cannot control. Like, how do you tell your player, like, get up, you gonna play? I don't care if your back hurt, Ben. Joel, fix your knees. I don't know. He say, and people don't realize, Joel Embiid said he loves McDonald's and stuff, like fast food and stuff. So how do you can be the coach and tell him straight up, like, hey, stop eating that, get right. Or the trainer tell him, that's not good for you. But you the franchise player, they not trying to, rattle the whole situation and make you get all, I don't want to be here no more, my feelings, because we know people get in their feelings, and NBA players do have feelings. They're not just basketball players. We can't just tell them to shut up and dribble. But at the same time, you getting paid all these millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. What the hell are you eating hamburgers for during the season or off season? You're supposed to be getting in shape. That's why the show is called Too Small to Ball, because if I was tall enough, I'm telling y'all, I know what I could have become, because I played this game in high school, and then I love basketball just as much as I love music. So it's the same thing to me. Like, it's a passion I have, so I know I'm just too short. I'm like 5'2", could be 5'3" on a Sunday, like I always tell people, because it's true, the church shoes. But going back into the basketball whole situation, it's just the Doc Rivers thing I really wasn't shocked about because his posture and his like demeanor and his like, you can't hear him anyway because his voice is basically gone. It's just, I don't know. It's just Doc Rivers, salute to him. He did what he did and got the Celtics a chip when he was their coach. So, and been in multiple like playoff runs, and blew multiple playoff runs. I'm not going to give you the stats and the things and like that, but we know he blew that 3-1 lead with the Clippers, and we're not going to say nothing about that. So that's what that was. Now, moving on to like the Mike, I don't even know how to, I'm mess his name up, but Coach Bud from the Bucks, that was like one of the shocking ones for me personally, because I didn't expect it. I know we knew, well, it was reported that he was dealing with a lost brother that got in a car accident or something. Something happened. His brother passed away, you know, rest in peace. So his brother passed away, but he still showed up to coach the Bucks during this series. At the same time, he did not have Giannis for like, what, 2 or 3 of those games. Like, he was injured. Giannis hurt himself in the first game and against the Heat right out the gate. Like, he hurt his back. He couldn't play. So how do you as a coach supposed to control that? Like, the momentum was gone. Y'all already gave momentum to the Miami Heat, and y'all for sure know Jimmy Butler smelt blood like Michael Jordan. Like, he for sure did. Like, he went off. He knew, okay, ain't nobody else gonna guard me. That's all he put, because you know if Giannis is there, you put a body on him. Drew Holiday was getting cooked. You know, Chris Middleton, I didn't even hear nothing about him either. So they're in the playoffs. Like, you supposed to be the co-star. You supposed to be Robin to Giannis's Batman. And if Batman is down or trapped by whatever villain is, whatever it is, you would think Robin would come and try to save the day. But he don't have one. He does not have a Robin. And the coach shouldn't have been fired for those reasons, especially the fact just 2 years ago he won the chip. It's just recent. It wasn't like 5-10 years ago where they got a last one. He actually just recently won the chip, and that's just what it is. It's like, and I don't understand, and it's sad that you had the best record in the East as well. So it's just like, how do you fire somebody just because they lost a playoff series? He knows how to coach. Giannis, that was Giannis's coach. Like, he was rocking with him for real. So he knows how to do that. I just think there was one mistake, though, because before y'all get on my head about this, it was one mistake, though. He did not put Giannis on Jimmy Butler in that last game. I think that's what the problem was. And Giannis did ask to defend him. I don't know why Coach Bud did not want to put him there, but I think Giannis would have honestly like slowed Jimmy Butler down, which is hard to do because Jimmy put his head down. He's gonna go. He's great. He's a great two-way. That dude is like he's a 3-level scorer, two-way 3-level scorer. That means he got the drive, he got the mid-range, he got the three. So, and he gonna lock you up on defense on the perimeter. He'll pick up a big body if he has to, and that's just how he is. So I understand that was probably like a tough thing, but I think Giannis would have slowed him down. And I could see why the organization, the Bucks, decided to let Bud go just in that scenario. But at the same time, he did deliver. You know, recently. He delivered recently. It's hard to go back to back. You hear it all the time. You see what happened to the Warriors. They didn't even go. They just won last year and got booted in the second round. So it's like, you know it's hard. It gets tough. The competition grows year by year, season by season. And players elevate, and you just don't know what you're going to get. And some fall down and don't show up at all. So I hope Coach Bud lands on his feet somewhere. I'm hearing he's Phoenix's head coach, and he's going to need some defensive weapons because he don't have none when he shows up. He won't. There's none there. You got KD. He's like the best defender Phoenix got, and probably the only defender Phoenix got. You got, if DeAndre Ayton is still there next season, they gonna have a huge problem. And it's just to how that, you know, it's a big question for me. I don't know. We just got to see, because you gave up everybody to get KD when you could have just gave up somebody to get multiple of pieces to surround Booker and have him be successful. But going into Phoenix, that's a perfect thing to talk about, because we already know what Phoenix is about. They more about just having a star in a, you know, city anyway. You bring in Chris Paul, he brings in endorsements. You bring in KD, he bringing the tickets. So it's like I could see why they did that, and the new ownership pulled up and thought it was time to make a change. And he obviously he was a fan of KD. You can just flat out tell, because anybody that's willing to just give up everybody for one player is just crazy. You got to be a crazy fan to do that, and he did that, and this is the results. You know, now you have Devin Booker saying 36, we good. Like, that's just their numbers combined after we found out Monty got fired. That's why Coach Bud is on the ticket to pick it up and possibly become their next coach, because Monty Williams got fired. And that's right there shocked me more than the Coach Bud situation being fired in the Bucks, because Monty just got there like he was thriving with these people. It's not his fault that you took away what was working to get something that was going to barely work. Like, why would you do that? It was working for him. He was coaching them. They was in the playoffs every year. They went to the I think they faced the Bucks the year that Bucks won. Like, what else do you want to do? He took them to the finals. He took Phoenix to the finals 2 years ago, and you find out right now, like, he got booted in the second round. So it's like, you're fired for what? You took them, you know, he did his job. They didn't win, but they got further than Phoenix has ever gotten before. Like, probably since the Barkley days, you know, and it's been years. You had Steve Nash, you had them, but Steve Nash and them, they didn't even touch under Mike D'Antoni. They didn't even get to the finals. They didn't even smell the Western Conference trophy. They didn't even they got to the Western Conference, but lost to the Lakers, but they never even got to the finals. So you got to understand, he actually took Phoenix, a small market team, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and Ayton, whatever, we gonna get on him, but he took them to the finals, you know, with the defense. The defense won every series. The defense carried them into that. So them players, the role players, was very important on that team, and you got rid of everybody. So you did that, and then you fired the coach just because he had KD and Devin Booker. Yeah, they were offensive firepower, but what happens when the shots aren't falling? There's no defense to protect the other team going off on you. Because if you can't give me 80, if you can't give me 40 and 40, Devin Booker and KD together every night, you know, how am I going? Who else am I going to rely on to stop the ball coming down? Because once you already know how players get, they get mentally checked out if they're missing shots. They're not going to play defense. They're like, damn, I can't make a shot. Now they're bummed out. They're just running up the court like Jokic, you know. But it's just. It was just like a setup, a bad setup for Monty, a bad card. Like, I don't think he deserved that. We know Chris Paul was out during the playoffs as well. You know, he's a great basketball player, but I called it. I try to tell people Chris Paul finna be out the playoffs again. I mean, I don't wish injury upon anybody, but the track record, like they say, is just proven. Like, I knew it. If it's not the hamstring, it's the groin. If it's not the groin, it's the hamstring. And I knew it was going to happen. It's the playoffs, though. Like, shout out to Joel Embiid this time, because he actually came back and played with a partial tear in his knee. You know, I don't know how it feels to have a groin strain, but I'm pretty sure, like, it's the playoffs, man. You supposed to just go and ride and just do what you're supposed to do, and you signed up for this. Like, you, like, this is you. This is your moment. You signed up to be this. But I'm not Chris Paul. He know his body. He knows what's going on, I guess, whatever. So my whole thing is I feel bad for the coach. At the end of the day, he was a great coach. You know, he did his thing. I hope he lands on his feet somewhere, because I'm seeing there's a lot of things going on. You got the Raptors firing Nick Nurse, which I was like, whatever about, because the Lakers wanted to interview him while he was with the Raptors. So, you know, Nick Nurse seemed like he wanted out anyway. Then you got, Silas down in the Rockets got fired. That was, like, dumb, too, because you give him this team, and I'm trying to get this so right. You give him this young team, and what do you want him to do with that besides develop him? what you knew they were coming in to give you a bad record. You knew it. Like, it's just what it is. But what are you supposed to do with them when it's a development process? You cannot you fire the coach. I'm a believer of a young squad growing with the coach. Like a Steve Kerr, he came in at the right time for Draymond Green and Clay and Steph. They were in their perfect, like, I'm not saying they're not still in their prime, but they were in that peak going into the prime. Like, they were there already and turned them boys into championship contenders year after year, year after year. But who was the rookie coach? Steve Kerr was a rookie coach, and he grew with the core he had. So you got to understand that you're trying to fire these coaches. I don't understand. Build what? Like, you can't build like that. You're not giving them a fair chance to become what they can become. Like, you never know. The Rockets have a great squad down there, and they're just young, and they're just trying to find their way. My suspicion is that maybe James Harden is on his way back down there. Like, I think they're trying to clear the path, because I don't know if James Harden and that coach got along per se. I don't think James Harden agrees with what that coach might philosophies or whatever might be. I don't think he does. So they're just trying to clean up enough to protect a possibility of a return of a James Harden type of player. And I think if James Harden does move away from the Sixers, I do believe he will go back to being who he was and give you, MVP numbers, because even though he's a little bit older, but he's still capable. He just had to adjust with the team he's on, which is hard. That's another thing I don't understand. You ask this man to do this and play this type of way, he gives you that. And then he gets beat up in the media for playing that way. I don't know. He does need to be a little bit more aggressive, I think. But how do you do that when you know that it's not your job to really give buckets? It's more like setting up Joel Embiid, who needs touches. That's just where I'm at with that. And it just trips me out. It's a sad story. And the thing is, what was funny to me yesterday was when they were talking about Doc Rivers being fired. I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, why does it sound like he died? Like, they're just like, it's a sad day in basketball. Doc Rivers got fired. It's just, we don't understand it. He did his job, but he knew. But yeah, that's how they were talking. They were just like real, like, low energy, like they doing a eulogy or something. Like, and I'm just like, dude, like, he just got fired. Like, he's a good coach, so he might find himself somewhere else. He could end back up on somebody's a coaching staff somewhere, because he's a great coach. He just probably needs, I don't think he needs the head coaching position anymore. That's what I think it is. I think he needs to be on a staff, like, just to calm down, because there's coaches that can adapt to this style of basketball, because it's done changed already. Shout out to Steph Curry. He done changed the game. So you need to figure it out. You need to figure out these little plays, these little finesses that you're doing. But what do you know? What are you supposed to do? What do you? I'm just waiting. Off season's around the corner. I believe I missed the draft lottery yesterday. That's what happened. I knew it was something that was supposed to happen, and now I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna look into that. I'll be right back, and I'm gonna come at y'all about that and see who actually won this draft lottery. So give me a second. Oh, that's I'm not a Spurs fan. I'm just saying, I'm just more shocked that they won that, in a sense, because I didn't expect them to, like, it wasn't in my mind. I think I was more leaning towards maybe the Rockets winning, or who else was down there? I think it was I honestly thought the Rockets was going to win that, to be honest with you. I don't think anybody else in my mind was like really like there for me to be like, oh, okay. So I think I really think I'm shocked. That's what I'm just shocked a little bit about it. But anywho, we off of that. We gonna go and talk about what we need to talk about, because like I said in the beginning of the video, I said I was wrong, but I was kind of right. And that's what I meant. So Let's get into it. Now, the Lakers and the Nuggets last night, from what I seen and saw, because I catch the second half, but I watched some highlights of the first and quarter and the second quarter. Jokic went off in the first half, period. Heard he had a triple-double already in the first quarter. Or did they say first? If he had a triple-double in the first half, period, already. And I told y'all what was going to happen if y'all let him do this. You going to lose. I admitted that in the video. If you let him do this, you're going to lose. And that's exactly what happened. But in that loss, there was some treasure that was found from the excellent brain of Darvin Ham. It's like he heard me say something. And it's usually weird. It's weird as hell. I should be an NBA coach because I be sitting there watching the damn TV. And I'm the one that said put Lonnie Walker in the game because he needed to be in the game. Next thing you know, he gets and takes him and puts him in the game. And then what happens? He went off in the fourth quarter and they won that. So I said this again. Jokic cannot thrive with physicality. He does not like it. He does not have the dog in him to embrace that kind of physical contact. AD is not physical. He's a great defender, but he's not a physical bang body type of player. We all know that. What happens when you tap glass too hard? It shatters. But when Darvin Ham came back in the second half with a plan. Lakers was down by 20-something. He came back. He know what he did. He put Rui on Jokic. I was shocked because that's not what I thought was going to work. I didn't even think that was going to happen. I thought he was going to put a Tristan Thompson on him, or I don't know, Mo's injured. But Rui being put on Jokic was very, 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 very smart. And I seen it. And I seen how Rui was actually, it showed his strength, to be honest with you, because Jokic was trying, man. He was trying to post that dude up. It seemed like he was so bothered by him just being there in his way. And then this is where AD was thriving at on defense. He was able to block off that whole passing lane to the corner that Jokic usually sees on that corner to KCP, or to Jamal Murray, who's ever in that corner at the time. He's able to back you down, throw one of those little quick passes, hit you, and then now you hit the shot. You know what I'm saying? So with AD being able to play off of Jokic like that and actually protect the rim, he tried it. Jokic tried to power, do a little back down thing and then try to do a little hook shot, met by AD with a block. And it happened multiple times where AD bothered that, and you could tell it got into Jokic's mind because it was just like he was more like, oh, crap. Like, what do I do now? And that's when the Lakers started changing the game. They crept all the way up to 3 in the fourth quarter. They brought it down to 3 points in the fourth quarter, and we not going to say whose fault it was because I'm not going to point no fingers. I'm just going to say it was a whole team's fault from the beginning, from the jump, but it was expected because they talk about the air, they talk about how it feels, they talk about how your lungs burn and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, I can live with that. But what killed the Lakers at the end of that game, it was like 3 minutes left or so, 2 minutes left, and it was some threes that should have never happened from LeBron James. I'm just going to say it. I said I wasn't going to point no fingers, but I got to point some fingers at somebody because it was the truth. If you could sit there and watch the highlights, we know LeBron can shoot these threes when he's able to shoot the three. But during that time, I don't know. It was shaky to me. I just think LeBron's better. It's 2 minutes left. You're better at attacking this rim and getting fouled and possibly getting an and one and getting a three the old school way because you're LeBron James and ain't nobody going to stop you. And I keep screaming that at the TV, but nobody wants to hear me. So it's like attack the rim. It's right there. Go. Move everybody out the way. Have AD in the dunker spot for a rebound to run up or whatever. But clear the lane. Let him go off a pick and roll. Whatever you have to do, you're LeBron James. Michael Porter Jr. can't stop you. Gordon's big enough, but he ain't gonna stop you. Jokic definitely ain't finna stop you. He don't jump, so he ain't finna stop you. Get the foul, because Aaron Gordon's going to foul you, and that's what he should have did. You slow the game down. We're down 3. Attack the rim. Period. That's it. You're LeBron James. You should have did that. And I think y'all would have been in a better situation. We could have stole that game, and then I would have been wrong by the score, but I would have been right by the game because that's what I said. So that was a big thing. Shout out to Darvin Ham for making adjustments. He's still a rookie coach. He need to get a hand clap for that. But shout out to him for even being able to make an adjustment on the fly like that, and being able to, pull somebody like D'Angelo Russell, who was not performing. It's 2 games in a row now, but who was not performing, right, scoring wise. Sometimes you got to hang your hat on that defense side and go out like that, and that's what got us back in the game, was that you slow the game down, you slow Jokic down. AD had 40 points and 10 rebounds. I think he could have given us a little bit more rebounds, just stop Jokic from getting rebounds, but, whatever. But still, he showed up. LeBron gave you 26, so he showed up. AR gave you 23, so he was there. The problem was the beginning of the game when y'all let this man get a triple-double. Like I said, don't let it happen, and y'all let it happen. Y'all let KCP hit them threes. Y'all let Jamal Murray score, 28 points or some number like that, and y'all just let the thing was just wrong. Everything I said, yes, not to do, it happened. And that's what happened. And this is the outcome. But I'm confident going into game 2 because Darvin Ham found something. And, you could tell the Nuggets was kind of like thrown off by it. And I think they don't have an answer for that, because if you slow Jokic down from getting them boys open, the Lakers going to win game 2. And you started early. Don't let the crowd get into it. You put Rui right in that starting lineup. You put a body right on Jokic out the gate, and you shut it down on the defense. And then the offense is going to be there, because if AD come back and give me 40 again, it's over. It's over. And then he could have just gave us 30. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else could have gave us some more points. But it's over is what I'm saying. Like, can't nobody guard AD, period. Offensively, you're not guarding him. He's going to take you off the dribble. You're going to get Jokic in foul trouble. A lot of players on the Nuggets was in foul trouble last night too. So the Lakers was doing their thing the right way. It's just the beginning of the game just took so long to get back in it. Like, you down 21, now you trying to get up there and get back in it. It was very hard. So my whole take on that is just, I'm going to predict this next one. And then I hope I'm right. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to tell you. Lakers, I'm expecting them to win game 2. I'm expecting them to win one of these damn home games, because it just has to happen. Like, there's no other option. You got to steal one of these games, or y'all going for a 7-game series. Unless y'all bring them home and we beat them twice, and then we go to their house, we beat them at their house. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to go 2-0 going home, because then it's like an uphill fight to even get back in the game. So I'm more comfortable as a fan to sit back and be like, okay, they're trying. We good. We won one. The series is 1-1. We can go home and get 2-1, and we can get 3-1, and we can go back to their house and try to see if we can gentleman sweep them, as they would say. That's what I'm just like more thinking about. So I predict the same outcome, just the Lakers winning this one. I don't. Wait a minute. Wait. Bring it back. I don't want Jokic to get another triple-double. Y'all need to stop him. And like I said, Rui got to be on him out the gate. D'Lo, they saying do not take him off the starting lineup because he's going to be gone mentally. You're not going to be able to bring him back. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm just like, it's the playoffs. If he's a team player, he's going to have to respect the fact that you might not start one game just because it just might not be your matchup type thing. It's not you. It's just the matchup. You're not it. So it just happens. But I do see them keeping him in the starting lineup because D'Lo can get hot and win a game for you, and that's what we need him to do. So at the same time. So I just think Dennis is going to come back off the bench because he's the team player. He's going to be like, all right, Dennis always got confidence. He don't care about scoring. He care about being a team player and stopping his other, the opposite team, superstar, star player, whatever they may have, whoever that threat is. That's all he care about, man. And I salute him for that. So he's a great team player for being that way, So I'm expecting the Lakers to win this game tomorrow. And that's just what I'm going to say, that's just what it is. It's just, I'm a fan. What else? What I'm supposed to say? Be delusional? You can't be delusional anymore. We already in the damn playoffs. How much more delusion do you need to believe that what I'm believing, what we saying is believable? Like, stop calling us delusional. It's right there. It's in your face. We done already had what we did. Like, we here now. Yeah. So, real quick, I just need to do my little quick take on this tonight game because we're going to talk about tonight's game with the Heat and the Celtics. I have no expectations for that game. I'm gonna be honest with y'all because I don't care. I don't care. I'm just like, we gonna see. I love basketball. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna be sweating on who wins or lose. But I do think the Heat has a mental advantage over the Celtics. I don't think Jason Tatum's gonna give Jimmy Butler 52 points or whatever he got to close out Joel Embiid and him. Jimmy Butler's going to be on Jason Tatum right out the gate. Every game, as long as he is healthy, he's going to be there. So that's my thing. Every time. So about tonight's game, I'm going to predict, because I don't really care about I'm going to be honest, I don't really care about the game. I'm just more like a fan of basketball. But I'm not going to sit here sweat over it. But I'm going to tell you, Jimmy Butler's not going to let Jason Tatum give him 50. He's not. He's going to be pushing them. I'll be surprised if Jason Tatum dropped 20 while Jimmy Butler's guarding him. Only way he's going to touch 20 if Jimmy Butler's not guarding him the whole game, which, But individual matchups, I think, and I know for sure, I know for sure Jimmy Butler is going to be on Jason Tatum. Eric Spoelstra's smart. He going to put his best defender on their best offensive player, and you're going to slow him down, and he's going to knock the confidence off of Jason Tatum. Even though I like Jason Tatum in a sense because he's a Laker fan, but he do play for the green, and we don't like the green. You know how that go, Laker fans. We don't like it. We don't care if you're a superstar. We don't care, but you're playing for the ops. That's as we would say, you're playing for the team we don't like. So that's just what it is. We bleed purple and gold around here. That's just what it is. And I'm just being honest with you. But as far as like that series goes, I do think the Heat's going to take game one. I'm just going to be honest with you. I do think they're going to take game one. They're going to go up there and take it, and they're going to steal it. And they probably going to steal the whole damn series. So we're going to wait and see. We're going to wait and see to that. But that's my little take on that, my little quick take. It's a quick one because, like I said, I'm just predicting that outcome on that game, and I'll come back and we'll talk about what happened in that game because I'm going to watch it. I'm still going to watch it. I'm going to see what's up. I'm going to see just to give y'all the information and to give y'all what I think happened and what went wrong with it. But I'm expecting the Heat to take that game. They have the defensive mindset. They have the mental toughness. They have everything. They check the box. The coach is smart as hell. So they have everything, and the rookie coach the Celtics have is, let's be honest. Jason Tatum won that game, not that coach. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. It's just what it is. Like, Jason Tatum won that game. He went hot. He got hot. You get hot, and then you just go off, and that's what Jason Tatum did. He went off. So we just going to sit back and see what happens. But I appreciate y'all watching and rocking with me. Like I always say, hit that like and subscribe button and stay small, y'all. We out. Pressure, yeah. Apply pressure, pressure, apply pressure, yeah. Apply pressure, pressure, apply pressure. Woo!